behind the scenes at Anfield, a tense silence began to take on the shape of revelation when Fabrizio Romano, the man who practically breathes insider market information, dropped the bombshell. Liverpool are officially in negotiations with a world-class star. This is not a rumour, not a corridor whisper. It's real, it's hot, and it's happening right now. The news cut through like lightning and placed Richard Hughes and the entire Reds board under pressure that mixes expectation with urgency. After all, the question hanging in the air is inevitable. Can they seal this deal before another European giant tries to hijack it? This movement comes at a particularly delicate moment for the club. Liverpool are living through one of those periods where small decisions shape the entire future. Contracts, expectations, renewals, salary adjustments, conversations that need to happen, and issues that can't be swept under the rug. Every signature, every extension, every clause has the power to determine whether Arne Slot's team will continue evolving or fall into an unnecessary spiral of headaches. And the truth is, looking at the broader picture, the feeling is that the clock is ticking faster than it should. The most urgent name on that list? Ibrahima Konate. The French centre-back, who has already become a fundamental piece in Slot's system, is edging dangerously close to the end of his contract. For a defender who not only dominates physically, but has also understood Anfield's competitive soul, allowing this link to crumble would be almost an administrative sin. Konate represents longevity, solidity, security. He is the kind of player you metaphorically lock in the dressing room before letting him leave for free. But for now, the renewal still hasn't been signed, leaving an atmosphere of concern that no one at Liverpool wants to feel. And it doesn't stop there. Andy Robertson, one of the most iconic faces of the Reds' recent era, is also approaching the end of his contractual cycle. This case is more complex, almost emotional. Robertson is loved, respected, and symbolises a winning mentality that defined an entire generation. But football is cruel, and the board must decide whether to commit to more years of the Scotsman or begin a natural transition at left back. Whichever decision they take, it needs to happen soon, and with as little turbulence as possible. However, there is even a more sensitive layer in this whole saga. The contracts that won't expire soon, but speak volumes about the future. This part involves ego, recognition, market value, and a lot of money. Enter Ryan Gravenberch. The Dutchman, who arrived with high expectations, went through a journey filled with ups and downs, but has finally exploded this season. The problem? He still earns practically the same salary he signed when he first landed in England. But he's no longer that player. He's more mature, more influential, more decisive, and he knows it, his agents know it, and of course, Liverpool know it. Keeping a player of this magnitude happy and committed requires the right financial adjustment, and ignoring it could affect the internal balance of the squad, even creating unwanted comparisons between teammates. And the truth is, looking at the broader picture, the feeling is that the clock is ticking faster than it should. But even Gravenberch isn't the main character of the chapter that unfolded this weekend. The name that truly set social media ablaze was Dominik Szoboszlai. In a sharp post on Threads, Fabrizio Romano confirmed what many suspected, but no one dared to state openly. Liverpool have already opened negotiations to extend Szoboszlai's contract with an official offer placed on the table. It's not just a sign of recognition, it's a strategic, almost surgical move.
And it couldn't be otherwise. Szoboszlai has been, without any exaggeration, Liverpool's most consistent, electrifying and decisive player in the entire 2025 season. He has taken control of matches as if he were destined for it since childhood. Energy, intensity, creativity, finishing, vision. A world-class package that, under Arne Slot, has evolved so impressively that fans themselves wonder where his ceiling actually is. His current contract runs until 2028, true, but that doesn't mean Liverpool can just sit and watch the clock. Players of this caliber are like diamonds on display. A moment of carelessness, and another club arrives with an astronomical offer. If there is a perfect moment to lock down Szoboszlai, that moment is now, while he is at the peak of his form, settled, happy, and enamored with the team's playing style. The most curious part is that this potential renewal is not merely administrative, it has a direct impact on the club's project. Arne Slot wants to build a modern, intense, intelligent Liverpool, one capable of competing with Manchester City, Real Madrid, and Bayern Munich without relying on miracles. And for that, he needs pillars. Szoboszlai is exactly that, a pillar. A player who defines identity, rhythm, and ambition. In a way, renewing him is like drawing a line on the ground and telling the world, we're here and we're not going anywhere. At the same time, there is an almost poetic feeling to this whole story. For many, Szoboszlai represents a transition between eras. He arrived at the tail end of the Klopp cycle, transformed under Slot, and now rises as the symbol of the new Liverpool. The fans have seen it, the board has seen it, and Fabrizio Romano, as always, simply voiced what was already happening behind closed doors. If everything goes well, and there are no last-minute surprises, this renewal could become one of the most celebrated pieces of news of the season, not just because it keeps a star in the squad, but because it reinforces the club's long-term vision at a time when global football has become a financial battlefield. In the end, the picture is clear. Liverpool are moving, and they're doing it with intention, whether negotiating with a world-class star, securing their internal talents, adjusting key contracts, or planning squad longevity. Everything points to a club that doesn't want to simply survive the new decade, but dominate it. Now all that remains is to see whether Richard Hughes, Arne Slot, and the entire committee can close each of these doors before the wind changes direction. The fans, of course, watch it all with expectation, almost holding their breath,